Hello, Kansas and Western fans. It's time for today's poll results and work plan video regarding the results for this last weekend's vote. And as you can see here, we've got a total of 22 votes, and the Royal Gorge has won by a landslide. And that's kind of reinforcing confidence in me, or for me, I guess, to continue work on the Royal Gorge. It means I'm obviously not screwing it up so bad that you guys don't want to see me do any more damage to it. So I appreciate that. But it also it's exciting to continue work on it, right? Because we've gotten a long way on it, and we're going to keep going. So let's move over here to the gorge and see what we're going to work on. All right, with most of the ballasting done, really all I have left to do is down there by the bridge. We're going to work on a few different things for these next 2 weeks. First of all, I decided not to do the complete coverage of the riverbed with the gravel like you see here. And part of that is because I don't think I want to do it that way if I'm going to put resin down, because I think it might actually cause me to use more resin. Because what I'm trying to overcome is the height, the varied height of all this rock at this, at this level, I guess. And you're going to have to fill the resin down to the plywood, and then you're going to have to make it rise above the rock, because although there will be some rocks that will be apparent, you don't want so much rock that the river isn't navigable, and it is. I mean, there's rafting trips, multiple times a day down here, even in maybe the driest of years. So I think I'm going to go ahead and clean that out, maybe just kind of create some space, whatever junk is left down below, a little bit of sand or ballast that I tried out, maybe leave it something more similar to this. And then leave maybe just a few pieces of rock, like centered, something like that, all the way down. So I'm going to try that out and see how it looks. I won't glue it down because, again, I'm going to be interested in your guys' opinion, especially those of you that are a lot more experienced than I, to see what you think about that. But we're going to do that. We're going to go ahead and probably finish doing the rock on all the banks. Now you can see this black spot here, and you can see these pink spots that haven't been painted yet. And there's one on this side as well. That's where I chose to go ahead and leave bare rock face down to the water line, because there are lots of instances of that along the river. So the reason that's black is I was, all this rock face, I was doing a black primer coat, I guess you could say, to make sure no pink showed through when I did these other colors. So I'll do that. I'll get these painted up and then get those colors blended. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get this paint done on the rock face, get it redone, because I want to go ahead and get these block signals put in. Might get those working, I'm not sure yet. I've got to figure out how I'm going to do that. But at the very least, I'd like to get those mounted on these pads that I left behind, so we can see how that looks. And I'd rather get the painting done on the rock face behind, just so they're not in the way. So I'm going to work on that. I've got a new recipe, I guess, from one or two of you viewers on how to handle this sanded grout. I'm going to get a couple more types of grout that actually say that they're sanded versus the polymerized versions, and do some more experiments on how to get some basically a dirt look. And I might actually just buy a bag of dirt, because I know many of you recommend just using actual dirt, and bags of dirt at the landscaping store are not that expensive. So I might give that a try as well. Moving on down here, kind of nervous about the bridge. That's why I keep putting it off. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work. Obviously, I need to fill in the gaps here. I need to make these supports level. I know how to do that. I'm just going to use some styrene strips to do that. And the ones that I have in place, I think, are where I need that to be. But I need to make sure that they're full width of the support, so there's not a gap there at the bottom. And then I need to finish out roughing in this dry creek bed. And I definitely don't want to do that with this track and bridge in place. So I'll probably go ahead and take those out and just leave those out until I get all that finally done. So won't be able to run trains in the Royal Gorge area probably for a while, because I think I'm just going to remove those sections and leave them out until I get all that done. Once I have, I guess, decided on how I'm going to do that grout for the dirt work, I really want to get this cut done, and that's all I'm waiting on really, is I want to get the dirt put in place to kind of smooth out these rough edges that I left behind from the joint compound. And then I can mess around with trying to do some grass. I'm going to try to simulate what there is in the picture there, which is just some pretty shallow grass, I guess you'd call it, short grass. It's fairly green. And there's also some rock that's visible, so I might try to add some rock here and there. But I need to get that done before I can officially plant these trees up these embankments here. So I definitely want to try to work on some of that, because I really want to see how it looks adding some of these trees up these ridges here to blend those into the backdrop. So I think between one more thing I want to do, I got to paint these culverts, get those integrated. And I really want to try experimenting with how to do these rail retaining walls. I have some ideas. I'll probably make a how I do stuff video out of it, because I think this is something that's fairly common among railroads, especially along rivers. And I haven't seen a whole lot of it on layouts. So I'm going to try to find some more examples to kind of test my theory, I guess. But I want to do a couple of these on this layout. So I think I may just try one first from beginning to finish, and see how that works before I do the other. And then I still want to do this example of this drainage bridge, probably in this area here. So if I feel like trying something completely different, I might try to scratch build some element of that to see if I can do something with that. So anyway, lots of things I can work on. We'll see how much I actually get to, but with the ballast mostly done, that's kind of that distraction, because I like having ballast done on my track. That distraction is kind of done, so I can really focus on some of these other issues. Oh, and one more thing. Keep thinking of all these different things to do. I think I really want to try messing around with getting this road tape system. Get the road width measured out. Decide if I'm going to have any curves put in it, but it's going to go right along the edge here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of space between the road and the riverbank here. Because I plan to line the entire thing with a guardrail, because a lot of that road is lined because it's an immediate drop off. So if you leave the roadway, you are in the river if there's not a guardrail. So lots of exciting stuff to try out. I appreciate everybody's votes. Appreciate everybody's comments and suggestions, especially because I am still in the land of doing lots of things I've never done before. So all your comments and your suggestions are very helpful. Please keep those coming. So let's see what I get done here for the next couple weeks. Thanks again for everybody's participation. We will see you soon. Have a good week.